what do you expect to see from these guys inside?
Well, I think there's a requisite physicality in there, certainly. At the same time, there are greater demands on big men, Kevin, than we have ever seen before. Yes, they have to be rim protectors. Yes, they have to control the paint. But now those bigs are asked to defend in space, to guard on the perimeter. Kevin, you know this. That's a tall task.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Harkless in at the small forward.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Brunson kicks to Porzingis. Randall grabs the board. New York with the ball. Last time they met in New York.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think they win without the productivity they got from their bench. That made the difference.
Rose, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach David Fizdale.
Thanks, Kevin. We talked about the difficulty of slowing down this dynamite offense.
Well, D.A., thanks for that update. Guys, what can they do to prevent a barrage of points to start this game?
I think one thing they have to do is stay connected to shooters. Obviously, though, easier said than done.
Right. You don't want to give up easy looks, especially at the rim and from the three-point line.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
What a college career for Jalen Brunson. 2 championships and a Wooden Award. This is one of the most decorated players in college basketball history.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Brunson, the College Player of the Year back in 2018, but fell to the second round. Doris, when you look at that time, why did he fall?
I think it had everything to do with the fact that he's not an elite athlete by NBA standards. But we know unequivocally Jalen Brunson is a winner. His father played a decade in the NBA. This young man has been around the game since his formative years, and you can see it in his game.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
Now here's Harkless. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Brunson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Finney Smith after the made shot from Mo Harkless. The 3 from Porzingis. The three-pointer is right on target.
Well, he is so comfortable with his superstar status in the league. Porzingis excellent on the catch and shoot.
Pass to Randall.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw good from Randall. Good on both. The Mavericks trailing. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Doncic passes to Brunson. And now the Knicks on the break. Randall's running. Here's Barrett. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And what a basket by Barrett, looking unafraid to take on these difficult challenges down low.
And the Mavericks, we know, have been trendsetters, investing in development and in technology.
Kevin, they have always been on the cutting edge of data collection and then using that data to give them a competitive advantage. When you're in a business, it's always about what's next? How can I be better?
Mavericks trail by 5. Doncic outside. It's stolen by Barrett. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Harkless with the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Porzingis. 9 points last game. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, Kristaps Porzingis understands with his length and size, those are high percentage finishes. Nicely done.
Passes it to Randall. A baseline J, and that one drops for him. Randall's got 6 points.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And you know this, Greg. He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Brunson. Right side Porzingis over Randall. Again, the Mavericks score. New York leading by 5. Robinson up top. Doncic with the steal. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Doncic.
Anticipating before the play can happen, Luka Doncic gets the break started.
Outside Rose. Pass to Randall. And no good that time.
You know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Doncic outside. Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 9.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Now, here is Robinson. Coming in off a 10-point game, his last outing. Fades away. Porzingis with the rebound. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Banked in off the glass. Porzingis has got 9.
Off to a fantastic start. He's 4 for 5. Watch out.
The Knicks have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Rose dishes to Robinson. Now here's Rose. Brunson covering. Yep, that one goes in there. Rose has got his second basket of the night.
Well, this guy is such a strong decision maker. Derrick Rose with the mid-range jumper. Yes, that's in my bag as well.
Now here's Porzingis. 9 points in the game so far. No good on the shot. Randall with some nice D. Harkless the pass to Rose. Knocked away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Brunson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Barrett, wide open, he fires. Off target from three-point range. The Mavericks leading. Here's Doncic. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside. And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
Here's Doncic following the score by Derrick Rose.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And the pass to Harkless. Outside Robinson. Misses the three.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Finney Smith kicks to Brunson. On the wing, Doncic. Now here's Randall. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Over in the corner, Rose. Pass to Barrett. Clock at 6. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Randall. Misses off the right iron. Mavericks leading by 4. Here's Finney Smith. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Randall outside. Doncic with it. Now defended by Randall. Doncic passes to Brunson. Back to Doncic. Here's Finney Smith. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Denver. Passes it to Doncic. 4 on the clock. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Knicks trail by 8. Outside Rose. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
Yeah, Derrick Rose over 80% from the free throw line over his career. He makes you pay for those fouls. Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin? I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His three ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down, just improvement across the board.
And Rose drops them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Richardson outside. And stolen by Portis. Now, here's Barrett. Defense is right there, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
All right, a chance to see some stats for Brunson. How he performed last season. He was around 9 points per last year. 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And right now for him, it's about gaining experience and continuing to develop his game.
This is a man's game, and you've got to earn your minutes in this league. This guy, his time will come eventually.
Pass to Harkless. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots it up.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And he makes the first. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yes, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 11. That's no basket. His third miss in 8 tries. A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter.
Come get it. Come get it.
Now here's Rose. Brunson covering. Rose attacking. Goes back up. Here's Robinson. And finally they hit one.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
And here's Brunson. There's 49 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Kleba. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the line for him here.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Out of Würzburg, Germany, undrafted Maxi Kleba with a strong start, Doris, to his career.
Incredible to think he grows up in the same small town as Dirk Nowitzki, and he first meets Dirk when he's 12 years old. What an amazing story for them to become teammates on the Mavericks. So cool.
Peyton, he's checked in for Rose. Both good from the line that time.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. They will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
The Knicks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That one is off.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. And he sinks the second. Mavericks leading by 5. Brunson scanning the floor. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas again missing. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now Harkless. Payton with the ball. With the second effort. And Robinson with the layup. Robinson's got his third basket of the night right there.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Right back after this break. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she bears herself off there. And, you know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right, Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got Josh Richardson. Hardaway is out there with Powell. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Brunson in at the point. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
I just love how confident Tim Hardaway Jr. is from long distance. This guy will cash in from there.
Noel against Cauley-Stein. Noel passes to Trier. Sinks the triple. Trier's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Hardaway. 20 points for him last game against Denver.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Now Payton, after Tim Hardaway missed from long range.
Hey, yo, right here.
Trier in the corner. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Hardaway passes to Brunson. Got it. Good job in the low post. Brunson's got 5 now.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Now, here's Portis. 20 points for him last game against Atlanta.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Here's Brunson. 3-point lead. Outside Hardaway. To the wing on the left. Pass to Richardson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And, D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Here's Payton. Tim Hardaway making his last shot. Passes it to Trier.
Yo, I got him. Pick. Pick up right.
Back to Payton.
Yo, right here.
Shoots over Powell. And the Knicks miss again.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Hits it from 3-point range. Hardaway has got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three at almost 60% for the game.
Now, here's Portis. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Trier. Richardson covering. Can they get it? And off target that time from Trier.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Richardson, good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Knicks trail by 12.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. A lot of competitors in this league, Doris, and you've got to be that way to play at this level. And I know you have a list of competitors that you admire a lot.
It's those guys, Kevin, who have that insatiable desire to win. The guys who absolutely despise losing, who it almost hurts. It's painful physically. Giannis Antetokounmpo is driven to be great. He wants an NBA championship. LeBron James has got multiple titles and continues to pursue greatness. What I love about great NBA players, it's never enough, Kevin.
Dallas making a switch here. Doncic is checked in.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Peyton. Good season for him last year. Averaged 10 points per game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And stolen by Noel. Here's Peyton. Pass to Harkless. Back to Peyton. Outside Portis. Shot clock at 5. No good again that time.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Now, here's Doncic. After the miss from Bobby Portis, Harkless comes with a double team. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Hawks in Atlanta. And here is Peyton. The pass to Harkless. Can they get it? And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively. Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Now here's Noel. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Harkless on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. Now here's Harkless. Not a lot of room. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Noel, and it's Rose in for Peyton. Dallas leading by 16. Doncic outside. Gibson with the steal. Harkless with it, working on Cauley Stein. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The Knicks have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas.
One shot.
That's good from Harkless. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Doncic kicks to Brunson. Pass to Kleber. Some nice passing here by Dallas. 6 to shoot. Doncic. Offensive rebound. Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. Back to Cauley Stein. No good with the layup. Knicks trail by 15. Here's Harkless. No good from outside.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Doncic, no good. New York's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let them fly. Gibson with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Here's Brunson. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Now, here's Portis. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet, and the baseline jumper, no good.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert. Well, the coach loves this kind of ball movement. Anytime you create something inside the free throw line, you know it's a good look.
Rose surveying the D. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And they'll keep possession. Trying to end the drought. Passes to Trier. Over Brunson. New York, no good that time either.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Luka Doncic has superstar written all over him. He's cooking.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Trier, that's good. Trier's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Brunson kicks to Doncic. It doesn't go for him. So New York will take it the other way. Shoots from 14. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
Outside Rose.
Right there.
1:58 left in the first half, and they pick up 2. And we've seen Hardaway be a much more efficient player than in the past.
What we know, Kevin, unequivocally, is that this young man can score the basketball. But what you hope is the best players in the NBA are all about efficiency. That's what you want Hardaway Jr. thinking about. How can I be the most efficient guy on the floor?
Here's Brunson, following the score by Derrick Rose. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Carlisle Stein, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Brunson, good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside Rose. Outside Gibson. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-point bomb. Gibson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Here's Brunson. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Rose up on top. 10 points for him. Kicks to Harkless. Pass to Trier. Nice D from Doncic.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Shoots it. Again, the Mavericks score.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Now Rose. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Dallas in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front of the post and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 22 points, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
And we're seeing there's a certain it factor for Luka Doncic. His supreme confidence in himself, the terrific floor leader, he's turned a lot of people into believers in a very short time.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And, you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the New York Knicks. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And New York, looking at who they've got, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Derrick Rose is out there with Barrett. And it's Harkless in at the 3, the small forward.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Rose dishes to Robinson. Carlisle Stein against Rose. Bucket is good. Rose has got 12 points in the game.
Well, Kevin, that's simply about feel, right? Derrick Rose in pick-and-roll situations has such a good feel for the right decision.
Now, here's Doncic. Back to Kleba. It's stolen by Randall. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Barrett. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Now the pass to Kleba. Bounce pass, Porzingis. Doncic. Stolen by Robinson. One-on-one here. Here's Harkless. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Doncic against Rose. And Robinson comes to help. Porzingis at the elbow. Dallas moving it around. Clock at 4. Here's Doncic. They get the rebound. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Fires for 3. That one misses. For New York, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Harkless. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Finney-Smith's got his second basket of the night.
Listen, we all know Luka Doncic can score, but equally impressive to me is his playmaking ability.
Here's Rose. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Dallas has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Josh Richardson's checked in for Cauley Stein. And that one misses. A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. Here's Porzingis after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Harkless finds Rose and stolen by Richardson. By himself. So it's Richardson with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And here are the Knicks now, following the score by Dallas. Clock at 6. Now here's Harkless. He's got 7. Yep, that one goes. Here's Doncic. And it's in there. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Just another way, Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
Count the basket. 14 points for Rose.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Offline with his 3. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for New York. The shot by Harkless, no good.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Richardson against Rose. Richardson outside. Robinson with the block. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. Here's Barrett. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one. Richardson outside.
Pick on me.
Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
Oh, wow! Young fella.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. Second chance shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Dallas shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
2.
And that one misses. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Then for the Knicks, Nerlens Noel comes in for Robinson. And it's Payton in for Maurice Harkless. And he's good on the second. Knicks trail by 21. Rose in the post. Richardson cover. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. The Knicks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Shot.
The free throw drops for Rose. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Take a break.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. The first free throw is good.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
He's off on the second.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Oh! Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
Come get it. Come get it. I got the help.
Outside Rose. Over to the wing. Pass to Payton. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. Dallas leading by 19. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Julius Randle picks one up. For Dallas, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
Two.
That free throw missing.
You just can't seem to get right from the free throw line here in the second half.
Good on the second free throw. And here's Rose. 17 points in the game.
Come on, box him out, man. Get the perimeter.
That shot off the mark. Now Dallas takes it the other way. To the left wing. Here's Porzingis. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Payton, good.
Boy, a nice, efficient finish for Elfrid Payton. Boy, that'll help your percentage, gentlemen.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Porzingis with the ball. He's got 13. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, with Kristaps Porzingis, you love not only the skill, but the passion he plays with. You would never use the descriptor passive with this guy.
So he gets them both. And with Porzingis, as Doris, you mentioned, that energy he has is contagious.
Well, he is the prototypical modern NBA big, right? Porzingis can run the floor in transition. He can face up and shoot with range. He can put it on the deck, and he can play out of the post. What more could you ask?
6 to shoot. Payton drives in. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Finney-Smith. He's got 7. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one. Payton surveying the floor. There's the steal. Here's Finney-Smith. It's stolen by Randle. Richardson against Rose. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
One shot.
The The free throw drops for Rose.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up-and-down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
Passes it to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
I'd say he gets on a roll, you better watch out. Rose is having a tremendous night. He's been relentless attacking.
Richardson kicks to Powell. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Powell's got his first bucket of the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Rose, and the Knicks good for 2.
I really like the way he's playing in this half. He looks so much more aggressive and confident.
Now Richardson, 9 points in the game so far. Payton on the double team. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Richardson for 3, and the rebound goes to the Knicks. From past the arc, it's rebounded by Doncic.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
We've got 1:13 left to play here in the third. The shot's good. Doncic has got 30.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Payton, and he uses the glass on the layup. Payton's got 5 points so far.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Porzingis. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Rose against Richardson. The 19-foot shot. Rose, no good. Mavericks leading by 23. Richardson outside. The pass to Doncic. It's tipped. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. That one falls.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Now here's Payton. He has 5. Here's Noel. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
We're talking about a guy who's got incredible length. Nerlens Noel doing work on the glass.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And here is Doncic. Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Powell is out there with Porzingis, and it's Richardson in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. New York shooting not great, 40% for the game. And Barrett with the basket on the assist by Rose. And it's 13 points for R.J. Barrett. Richardson outside. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
That second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that simply stated a terrific play.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Richardson. Harkless is checked in for the Knicks.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Rose. Dallas leading by 20. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Doncic kicks to Brunson. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Rose. Lays it up off the glass. Rose has got 7 points for the quarter.
And that is one of Derrick Rose's signature moves. May not be as fast as he once was, but boy, that explosive first step remains.
Doncic outside. Portis brings the double team. And stolen by Portis. Tries again. The shot by Harkless, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively. Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Got a piece of it. Double team on Rose. Nice D from Doncic. Dallas leading by 20. Right side Hardaway. Now here's Brunson. Defended by Harkless. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Brunson. Doncic trying to get open. The second chance effort. Count it. Good. Doncic has got 38 points.
Well, Luka Doncic has every skill necessary to be a difference maker on the boards. Let's begin with his great size.
Barrett with the ball. Gibson dishes to Rose. Shoots from 12. Jump shot is good that time. Rose has got 33.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Outside Hardaway. Doncic kicks to Hardaway. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Bobby Portis.
It's proving very difficult to guard Tim Hardaway Jr. without fouling the guy, especially when he's this aggressive.
That free throw good from Hardaway. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Here's Portis. Outside Rose. Double team on Rose. Here's Barrett. No good there. Good D by Hardaway. Pass to Brunson. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Porzingis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Porzingis has got 19 points.
You know, Kev, I think you can see the strength that Porzingis has been developing over the early part of his career. That progress is showing up on a nightly basis.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. The slam dunk by Robinson.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Count that bucket. Doncic has got 40 points.
They are trying to close this out strong, and he's the man who's put you in this position.
For New York, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Doncic with the steal, and Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, Luka Doncic making his own opportunity offensively with the defense he plays. Nice.
Here's Rose. Portis trying to free himself. Rose can't hit.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do. And you know, guys, in the first half, he was a lot more focused. Maybe he's feeling the heat of the defense a bit more here in the second.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Justin Jackson comes in for Maxi Kleber. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And then for New York, Dodson's checked in for Maurice Harkless. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Derrick Rose. Here's Ntilikina. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
Robinson against Hardaway. Ntilikina can't hit. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Dallas. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
Well, 2 things there, guys. Tim Hardaway Jr., the power, the concentration, refuses to be stopped when he wants to score.
One shot.
New York's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Dotson the pass to Portis. Over Jackson. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got his first bucket in this one. Here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 20-6 run. Passes it to Hardaway. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a four-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship, luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals.
True.
This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
Pass to Wright. The pass to Carlisle Stein. Jackson with it. Pass to Wright. From deep. But they'll get another chance. Marjanovic kicks to Wright. The floater. The shot that time, not on target. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Pass to Ntilikina. Here's Dotson. Fires the three. Carlisle Stein with the defensive effort. Dallas has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The Knicks have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Poked away, and that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carlisle Stein. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Miami Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Charlotte Hornets. Robinson kicks to Dotson. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. Outside Jackson. Dishes to Barea. Clock at 6. Over Robinson. That one wide left. Here's Marjanovic. Good.
Well, this is what he does. Find ways to make his presence felt, then this time on the offensive glass.
How about the hustle on display there? That kind of effort will earn respect. Look out! Strong finish. It's so obvious Ntilikina is a pass-first point guard. This guy is an exceptional passer with very good vision.
Barea, the pass to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. It's Jackson with the drive. Shoots over Bullock. Jackson, that's good. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Dotson, guarded by Wright. Dotson, the pass to Robinson. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That'll be his second foul of the game. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Julius Randle's checked in for New York. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Dallas.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Here's Randle, and the shot is long. Now Jackson. Pass to Porzingis. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on the break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt, with guys about your size, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Rose. And it's Harkless in at the small forward. Just 4 to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Dallas shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That one falls for Brunson.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, 1 star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the New York Knicks. Last time they met in New York.
Yeah, it was a narrow win, but at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Now here's Porzingis following the miss by Derrick Rose. Over Harkless. Another shot, and it's Porzingis laying it in.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. I was able to talk with David Fizdale for just a moment. He knows one key will be slowing down the big Latvian, 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis, who possesses that unprecedented combination of size and ball skills. So they'll try to be physical and try to keep him bottled up as much as possible. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The free throw drops for Rose.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there, and that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Doncic kicks to Kleba. Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. The three-pointer no good. Now here's Rose. Brunson covering. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Doncic. It's good.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Now here's Rose. Up and in on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Porzingis. 9 points last game. Out to Doncic. It's stolen by Barrett. The finish, and Barrett slams it in.
Great activity there from Barrett. When he ups his intensity on defense, he's a difference maker.
And here's Brunson. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in, and the shot is good. Doncic has got his second bucket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is Robinson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw, no good. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
And there it is for him.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Knicks trail by 4. Outside Robinson. Pass to Rose. Shoots over Brunson. They get it back. Second chance shot. Nice D from Doncic.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Barrett following the score by Dallas. Passes it to Randall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Harkless. Connects from 3-point range. Dallas leading by 3. Brunson the pass to Finney-Smith. Kicks it to Doncic. No good. Shot missing. So New York will take it the other way. And Barrett slams it in.
And what I love about Barrett in transition, he can change directions at full speed.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Doncic has got 6.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Rose passes to Harkless. Randall right side. It's rebounded by Dallas.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Robinson with the block. Randall down low, and Randall throws it down.
Going towards the basket, that's when Randall's most dangerous.
The Mavericks leading. Now Brunson. Doncic outside. Over Harkless, and Doncic gets it to go. He's got 8.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
And finished off by Robinson.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
Now, here's Doncic. Defense right on him. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And the pass to Randall. Goes up the baseline. Misses that one. He's made one and missed two this game so far. Doncic kicks to Brunson. Back to Doncic. And a miss there on the triple.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Barrett wide open. He fires. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Dallas leading by 3. To the middle. Robinson with the block. Doncic feeling it out. Over Harkless. He shoots again. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. And Randall throws it down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Doncic against Randall. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 12.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here. And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Runs in the pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving it around. Rose with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And the Knicks making a change here. Portis is checked in. Here's Brunson. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. For Barrett. Doncic, no good.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper. Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof. And I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
And, you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Clark, who are a few under-the-radar guys who really get it done scoring the ball at that forward position?
Well, I tell you what, a couple of names that come to mind. Bogan Bogdanovic,
yes.
Outstanding scorer. Gallinari, and then John Collins, the young fella down in Atlanta. Those 3 guys are all a little bit undervalued as scorers.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you feel helpless here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just hope they snap out of the rut.
Richardson with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The Mavericks rebound. Porzingis got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Barrett is running. And it's Rose. This time the assist from Barrett. Barrett's got 3 assists in the game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Doncic. And that time, also a missed shot. New York leading by 4. Harkless kicks to Rose. Now, here's Barrett. Guarded by Doncic. And Barrett gets it to go. Now, here's Doncic. 38 points for him last game against Denver. Richardson outside. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Richardson against Rose. Here's Richardson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I agree. Not a lot of activity chasing down their misses. Some teams focus on getting back. I understand that. But you should send at least one guy after those.
And you gotta love the effort. I mean, he battles just as hard on the inside as he does on the perimeter.
Harkless with the bucket.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Chance to check out the numbers for Derrick Rose. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game last season. 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Now, here's Richardson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shot clock at 6. To end the run, they grab their own miss, and Doncic is right there.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Knicks. They lead by 7. Takes it off the glass. Rose has got 10.
You didn't think Rose would back down from some contact now, did you guys? Playing with a high level of intensity.
Shoots the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Double team on Rose. Harkless on the wing. Uncovered. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game. And 1:01 left here in the first quarter. Here's Richardson, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. You look at Robinson, second in the NBA, a great defender.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
And he knocks down the first one. Payton, he's checked in for New York. That one misses.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
Here's Richardson, following the score by Derrick Rose. Here's Finney Smith. He had 15 points last outing. Doncic, no good. Payton looking around. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Tipped away. Porzingis with the steal. Doncic with it. He's got 17. It's Richardson on the wing. Here's Porzingis, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for the New York Knicks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points, and we'll be back with you shortly. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
New York leading by 7. Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Powell is out there with Porzingis, and it's Richardson in at the point guard position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Now, here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
And here is Hardaway. Inside, here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Payton passes to Barrett. Nice D from Porzingis.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Elfrid Payton. Clark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. Think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on that?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
Hardaway hits them both.
You know, for Tim Hardaway Jr., it's the family business. His dad was a pro and an outstanding one in his own right in the NBA. So Jr. knows exactly what it takes to excel at this level.
Now here's Payton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. The shot by Trier, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Doncic.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
Here's Trier after Luka Doncic's bucket. Payton outside. He kicks it to Barrett. Pass to Portis. 6 to shoot. New York moving the ball around. Here's Trier. Nice D from Doncic.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And here is Payton after Josh Richardson was able to get the triple. Porzingis with the steal, and it's the Mavericks on the break. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Richardson. Now it's a 4-point Maverick lead. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Mavericks.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Comparisons being drawn between Kristaps Porzingis and Dirk Nowitzki for their height and skill level, understandably so, and in many eyes, fitting that Porzingis is now a Dallas Maverick.
Chance to check out stats for Luka Doncic. Great showing for him last season. Averaged 21 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Now, here's Barrett. He's got 6. Passes it to Trier. They need this one. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got 8 rebounds in this game.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Here's Payton. And Payton throws it down hard.
And the defense has to do a better job of not allowing Payton to get past him off the drive like that. I mean, this guy can take off quickly for these dunks if you don't guard him.
Now, here's Richardson. And the rejection by Noel. It's 2-on-1. Here's Barrett. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. The pass to Doncic. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Count that one.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Trier, guarded by Hardaway. Trier, that's good.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Richardson against Payton. 13 feet away. Unable to get that one. And New York the other way now.
You know, it's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he's struggled so mightily.
Barrett kicks to Payton. Pass to Trier. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to Atlanta. Doncic finds Powell, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Trier. Powell pulls it in.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Porzingis can't hit.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs.
You know, Porzingis' game is custom made for the pick and pop, stretch big. This guy can do damage from the perimeter.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. And so it's New York with it. 6-point game. Barrett kicks to Payton. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And Payton keeps great control of his body. That's a gift in many ways. Just so skilled in how he's able to finish through contact.
Doncic outside. Back to Brunson. And it's Hardaway atop the key. 5 to shoot. Doncic finds Hardaway. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one. Now Payton. And Payton throws it down hard.
And, you know, it's a bonus to have big men who pass it like this. Gibson, solid instincts there.
Feeds to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
First one falls for the Knicks. Julius Randle comes in for Nerlens Noel, and Harkless is subbed in for Alonzo Trier. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Mavericks leading by 5. That's to Porzingis. Now, here's Doncic. 25 points in the game. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Outside, Porzingis. Doncic trying to get open. Here's Powell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul it.
Well, out of Canada by way of Stanford University, 6'11", power forward Dwight Powell.
Boy, a high-energy guy is Powell, guys. He's a pogo stick and a rim runner, very quick-footed. I think that makes him tough to tag slicing through the lane. His activity and agility really what separate him and get him minutes on the court.
The free throw drops for Powell.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Barrett. And he makes both free throws.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now here's Brunson. Passes to Hardaway. Powell with it. And there's the pass to Brunson. Out to Doncic. And the three off target.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Rose against Hardaway. Rose passes to Randall. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for the Mavericks.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
The Mavericks have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Doncic. Good on both.
They've upped their percentage to around 90 from the line today. Great job this quarter.
New York calls timeout.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Brunson. Some last season stats for him. Last season put up about 9 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Now here's Rose. Here's Randall. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Knicks trail by 7. Pass to Harkless. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. And here is Powell. Pass to Brunson. Outside, Porzingis. From deep. Knicks with the rebound. Left side, Rose. Payton outside. Over in the corner, Harkless. Off target from outside.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Brunson. Outside Hardaway. To the paint. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Hardaway has got 7 points. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Rose. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Kicks to Hardaway. Now Brunson passes it to Porzingis. Harkless with the steal. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6. Dallas leading by 3. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the half. Porzingis finds Brunson. Cranes the 3-pointer. Brunson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proving to be a reliable passer.
Pick coming.
Hardaway against Rose. Can't hit from the elbow.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Offensive rebound, Powell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Julius Randle picks one up.
The length and mobility of Powell is really impressive. He's a solid big guy who I think continues just to get better at both ends.
The Mavericks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Mavericks making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. And the second free throw, good. 1:11 left to play in the first half. Payton outside. Gibson against Cauley Stein. Here's Payton. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Boy, I think the postgame of Payton catches defenders off guard. I mean, he's got a lot of moves down there.
Now here is Hardaway. 20 points for him last game against Denver.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Clock at 6. Here's Cauley Stein. That 3 off the mark. Knicks trail by 5.
Pick up the pace. Get the 2 for 1 here.
That's the way to go. Be quick about it.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Plays with nice force. I mean, Randle heading to the line now.
For New York, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
2.
That free throw good from Randle.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Both free throws good from Randall.
You know, it takes young guys a little while to figure it out, and after 4 up-and-down seasons with the Lakers, Julius Randle joined New Orleans in 2018, busted out for over 20 points per game with the Pelicans.
Now here's Cauley Stein. There's the pass to Brunson. Hardaway with it, covered by Payton. The three. Not going to go that time. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Mavericks lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Alfred. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 25 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. He seems to have carried the momentum from his last game right into tonight. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass cleaned.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting. Not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling. Not able to lock in on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Derrick Rose is out there with Barrett. And it's Harkless in at the 3 slot. Here's Brunson, following the score by Derrick Rose. And here's Porzingis for a 3. And Harkless pulls it down.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. And looking now at some numbers here for Randall. Last season, he played outstanding. 19th in scoring. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
Yeah, and like you said, one of the better scorers in the NBA last season, a tireless worker on the offensive end. He could be even better this season. That one drops. He ties it up. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Now, here's Barrett. He's covered closely. The 10-footer. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Doncic. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 6th assist on the night.
You know, for Porzingis, the business of the family is basketball. His parents played at a very high level. His older brother played professionally for over a decade, and the first word that Porzingis said was ball, and he's had one in his hands pretty much from the start.
Rose against Doncic. And he banks in the layup. Doncic has got 27 points.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
And Clark, Porzingis' older brother. He used to make him highlight reels of NBA stars.
Yeah, you know, the NBA was his goal all along, but he showed patience, and the Orlando Magic actually promised to take him 10th back in 2014. He stayed in Spain one more year to develop, and good for him.
And here's Brunson after the three-pointer from Mo Harkless. Floats one up. Brunson, good. Brunson's got the game tied up here for Dallas.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
Boy, Rose plays with an angry physicality, which is really hard to match up against.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
The free throw drops for Rose. And Rose drops them both. The Mavericks trailing. Doncic outside. Outside, Porzingis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, all that size and length there. When Porzingis is using his body like this, I mean, it forces the defense to be aggressive.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, you know, it's rare to see a 7-footer shoot well from the foul line, guys, but that's Porzingis for you.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Barrett the pass to Robinson. Outside Rose. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And it's now 22 points for Derrick Rose. Now, here's Doncic. 27 points for him. Outside, Porzingis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, I tell you what, hard to contain Porzingis now. When he's being aggressive with it, the defense gets a little shaky.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. That free throw good from Porzingis. And both free throws good for Porzingis. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Randall. Got a piece of it.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Finney-Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 7th assist in the game. Rose passes to Harkless. Knocks it loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
And here's a look at some numbers for Robinson. How he did last season. He put up about 7 points a game, almost 2.5 blocks and 6 rebounds. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. And Brunson has it in the corner. No good with the triple. The Knicks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Randall dishes to Harkless. Here's Barrett. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Barrett's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
Doncic passes to Kleba. No good on the three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Saturday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town. And then on Monday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And the first one at the line is good. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dallas. And then for New York, Portis comes in for Randall. And it's Trier in for Maurice Harkless. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Richardson outside. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Rose passes to Portis. Here's Barrett. Off target from outside. Dallas has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Porzingis passes to Richardson. That one goes in. Richardson's got 6. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Now, here's Barrett. He's got 11. Rose. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Rose has got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Porzingis. He's got 14. Barrett with the ball. Dishes it to Robinson. Here's Trier. Back to Robinson. 4 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. Kleber with the rebound. Kleber's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the inside. Porzingis can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Porzingis. Rose kicks to Portis. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. But now he does produce.
And great big men to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Now, here's Barrett. He's got 11. Robinson kicks to Portis. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Outside, Porzingis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Doncic. And the 3 ball is good. Doncic has got 30 points.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Poked loose, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And the Mavericks with some changes. Cauley Stein comes in for Porzingis. And Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Noel's checked in. Pass to Barrett. Out left to the wing. Trier from long range. And he's good on the 3 ball. Trier's got 5 now. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Richardson against Rose. Steps back and fires. Tries again. In deep. Cauley Stein drops it in.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Here's Trier, guarded by Hardaway.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Drops in the tray.
Hardaway Jr. rises and fires with great confidence from there.
Rose against Richardson. And the basket by Rose. Rose has got 12 points here in the second half.
Important point there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And here is Doncic. 30 points in the game. Cauley Stein finds Richardson. 4 on the clock. Passes it to Hardaway. Another 3 for Dallas.
Boy, you cannot let Hardaway Jr. get going like this, guys. I mean, once he's in that rhythm and flow, it's bad news for the defense.
Rose, that's good.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Dallas has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Doncic passes to Kleber to the middle. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Hardaway. 32 points for Luka Doncic.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Now, here's Richardson. He has 6. Hardaway, no good. Barrett with the ball. Hardaway picks him up, and Barrett gets it to go.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. Back to Richardson. Teardrop shot, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And New York with a change here, too. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for Alonzo Trier. .107 left in the third. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Payton against Richardson. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And the rejection by Noel.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, here's Richardson. Doncic outside. Rose with the double team. Back to Richardson. To halt the run. And it's Noel with the rebound.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
The pass to Portis. Rose against Richardson. Now Rose. That will count. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The third quarter comes to a close. Knicks out front. They lead by 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Mavericks trail by 5. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Richardson in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. New York shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Randall with the bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Here's Brunson, following the score by Derrick Rose. Powell finds Cauley-Stein. Richardson the pass to Cauley-Stein, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Richardson against Rose. To the paint, and Noel throws it down.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Now here's Powell. Pass to Brunson. Richardson trying to break loose. Brunson, good.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Payton drives in, and it's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Julius Randle picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And he makes the first.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
That one is no good.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Rose gets the bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here's Brunson following the score by Derrick Rose. Richardson, good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Now here's Payton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I like the fact that Payton is aggressive in forcing the defense's hand. He's not easy to match up against, given how smart he is and his size.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
The first free throw is good.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney Smith's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Nerlens Noel. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
He did the important part at the line there, the heavy lifting, if you will. Made this a 2-possession game.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And so it's New York with it. The Mavericks making the shot. Throws it up high. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Richardson kicks to Finney Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Richardson the pass to Cauley Stein. Harkless comes with a double team. Here's Brunson. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Knicks leading by 5. Payton outside. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Robinson misses. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
They get it back. Out to Payton. And stolen by Richardson. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now just a 1-point New York lead.
Yeah, the first half was 1 to deep 6 or forget. But in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Rose attacking. And yes, it's good. Rose has got 36.
Has he risen to the challenge down the stretch, or what? 3 or 4 here in the fourth.
Now, here's Richardson.
Come to me. Here we go.
Brunson with it. Back to Richardson. 5 on the clock. Over Payton. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Richardson.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the fourth.
Yes, they have. He's made all 4 of his shots this quarter, Greg. Definitely looking to be a dangerous guy.
Here's Randall. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Brunson, and blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. Inside, Randall. No good that time, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Richardson with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And that one, good.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Outside, Robinson. Pass to Randall. He kicks to Harkless. From about 19 feet, Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. Now here's Powell, defended by Harkless. Pass to Finney-Smith. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Now it's a 3-point Dallas lead.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
The feed to Payton. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 11 points for Elfrid Payton. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Kicks it to Powell. And the pass to Cauley Stein. Brunson with it. Richardson outside. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dallas. Barrett's checked in for the Knicks. New York on D. They trail by 1.
This has to energize Barrett. He needs to keep bringing this type of intensity to the defensive end.
The shot by Harkless, no good. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now, here's Richardson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Rose. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
That's good from Richardson. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Rose. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Richardson the pass to Brunson. And it's good for 2. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside, Robinson. Outside, Rose. Double team on Rose. Randall no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Brunson. Out to the right wing. Here's Finney Smith. From outside, off the mark. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Knicks trail by 5. Rose finds Robinson. Here's Randall. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Richardson the pass to Brunson. Here's Finney Smith. Pass to Richardson. It's stolen by Barrett. Down low. And a fast break now for New York.
Unselfish, good vision. Nice dime by Julius.
Mavericks leading by 3. Dallas calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
Now, here's Brunson. Outside, Porzingis, the tray. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Harkless has got 6 rebounds here tonight. He kicks to Robinson. Barrett dishes to Robinson. Outside Rose. Back to Robinson. The Mavericks pull it in.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. Great execution by Porzingis, showing you he can get it done in the clutch.
Knicks trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Randall throws it down.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
And the Mavericks call time here. Here's Brunson. Pass to Kleba. Porzingis kicks to Richardson. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. That one drops for him.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. Knicks trail by 6. And stolen by Richardson. To the middle. Brunson, good. Brunson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Stolen by Brunson. To the wing right side. Here's Porzingis. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Barrett the pass to Rose. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Rose has got 38 points.
You know, this is what Rose does best to me, guys. A scorer who attacks on offense with unbridled ferocity.
Passes it to Kleba. Here's Richardson, guarded by Robinson. Tries from 10. That one off the back iron and out. Knicks trail by 6.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here. Great respect for how Rose raises his level of play in the biggest moments.
Now here's Brunson. Here's Porzingis. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Now here's Harkless. Guarded by Porzingis. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. It's stolen by Randall. Porzingis with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. New York calls timeout. They're behind by 4. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth. To the paint. Over in the corner, Harkless. From the arc. It's rebounded by Doncic. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They lead by 4.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, but they've got to score and then foul immediately.
$20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Rose, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
When Rose is attacking, guys, I mean, the defense has to act. He puts them on their heels.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 5. Free throws good for Rose. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and they're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. It's the first. That puts them up by 5.
There's an awful lot to like about Doncic, but probably what jumps out at me most is how competitive he is. I mean, he wants to dominate whoever's guarding him.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed it.
The pass to Harkless. Launches it. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And so it's Dallas winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this